Joining me now in conversation with is Coor Brow-Obles. How are you?
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there.
Hi, how
How are
are
you
you?
doing? I'm not too bad, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. Thank you for joining me today.
Yep, no problem. I had nothing else to do.
Well,
I would
thanks.
have cancelled. I would have cancelled it for you. Don't worry.
Oh, well, that's all right then. I'll let you off. Now, how are you? How are things?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm still doing music, doing some live streams here and there.
Yeah.
It's literally all I've got. Taking up painting, which is nice.
Ooh, you
It's
creative soul, you.
it's just you got to do something to fill the time, haven't you? Once you
Yeah,
completed all of the games, you
all the levels.
yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear you. You got to keep busy. You got to keep busy. Let's talk about you and your music. You're obviously
great.
not that old. So how old were you when you started getting interested in playing music?
Playing music was I don't know because I started in like musical theatre,
Okay.
believe it or not. Um, and then I turned 14 and I discovered punk music, and it's basically the same thing. Yeah,
Pretty much, isn't it?
you put on a bright costume, you go and entertain some people,
No, it's
and
very similar.
yeah, it is. Actually, I actually wanted to start off as a comedy writer like Stephen Lynch or
Oh, yeah.
Tenacious D.
Awesome.
Which, that's why I took up guitar to sort of go with the singing. And
Yeah.
then I found a Susie and the Banshees CD, and that was it. I was
Blew
lost
your
for the voice.
mind.
Yeah, it's
Susie's
like H.P.
amazing.
Lovecraft in a metal disc.
So obviously punk and people like Susie and Placebo and people like that are kind of, would you say where you kind of get your inspiration from?
Uh, Placebo, definitely. I've moved sort of away from the Susie and the Banshees stuff now because I like the sharpness of the guitars, but I'm getting more into what like how we can mix electronic music into rock music.
Yeah, I
You know,
love that concept.
everyone's saying that punk's dead. So if we add a bit of technology, we can get some sort of Frankenstein's monster going. The horror punks are gonna love it.
I don't think punk will ever die. Actually, there's quite a few bands out there going along the punk vibe, and I kind of quite like that resurgence.
Yeah, they're definitely flogging the horse. They got the heartbeat going. It's just so hard to make anything new when it comes to punk. You
Yeah,
know, you're still getting the new songs from the same three chords,
yeah, I get
but
that.
but nothing feels like fresh.
Yeah,
You know, we get it. You're pissed off about the government. Are you actually going to do something about it, or are you just going to
yeah.
sit there on a guitar?
Yeah,
So
totally with you. I
I
totally
think
get that. Totally get that. So when you're writing, how do you write? Do you write because something's happened and you think I'm going to write a song about that, or is it completely off the cuff, or is it a riff? How do you work?
it's a mix of things. I my main method is called the Burroughs method or the cut up method, which like I wrote an article about it. Kurt Cobain used it, Tom York, David Bowie. It's where you take like a load of phrases and sort of cut them up and stick them together to make
Yeah,
these whole new like words and stuff. Or I just walk around Asda. There's
so
something
much
about Asda.
inspiration there.
It's magical. I always end up writing a couple of lines while I walk around.
Do you know what though? That isn't that funny how things everyday stuff can inspire you.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't write about Asda, not until they pay me.
I
I
know,
think
but you could write about a
talking.
cucumber or something.
Sorry, uh,
That'd be really
I
punkish, surely.
I can't touch that joke. How blue are we allowed on this radio station?
Not that blue.
Not that blue. Oh,
No.
okay. Yes, maybe one day I'll write a song about a cucumber.
I can't wait to hear it.
I can.
So obviously lockdown's been pretty crazy. Um, how's it been for you? Have you been creative?
I. You know what? This has probably been the best time for me. It's been great. When you've got literally nothing to do all day, and I finally have an excuse not to go out and you know wait tables or work in
Mm,
Subway or something like that, so my parents can get off my back. It's given me a chance to finally get on with releasing the stuff that I need to.
Yeah.
Like I've already released most of an EP this year. Just like
Wow.
every song's a single. I'm taking the David
Yeah.
Gray method. um, and it's just been everything. Although I'm getting a little bit bored now. Just
Yeah,
like
it's a long
I've
time, isn't
been,
it?
yeah, I've been writing so much. I feel like I'm copying myself
Yeah.
each song, and I don't have as much inspiration now because like 2020, every single day something was happening.
Mm.
You know, it would be COVID one day, then it's the murder hornets the next, which just come out of nowhere. It's just,
Yeah,
where have you been for the last 30 years? Um,
yeah.
so now 2021's happened, and this feels like what everyone expected lockdown to be, just like the humdrum, like
Yeah.
nothing's happening. So we got so bored we had to watch that boat in the canal get stuck.
I know. I watched it for hours.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make sense. I want to see that during, the Cambridge boat races.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
It
But
would be
when
hilarious.
they're blocking up the shipping trade, it's like, oh, okay, well, I'll learn how stocks and shipping trades work then.
Well, at
Why
least we've
not?
learned something. Every day's a learning day.
I don't know. I've had a lot of days where I haven't learned. Yeah,
So
but
coming
still,
out of lockdown, obviously we're slowly but surely coming out of what we call lockdown, and obviously it's going to take a long time for us to get back to a standard normal, if we're ever going to get back to normal. What are your plans coming out?
I'm gonna develop another virus so we can go back
Okay,
into lockdown and
right.
then maybe do another album. If that if that doesn't work out, I'm gonna try and finally use some links for gigs because I don't know if I'm allowed to plug this here, but I do my own radio show.
Yeah, no, cool.
But- okay, I'm not allowed to plug other people's radio shows on there. I didn't know if this was going to be a thing. But through that, I've been able to talk to a lot more musicians, sort of wider around the country, and
Yeah,
some pretty big ones, like ones that I've been listening to for 3-4 years, and now we've like started talking about gigs. It's going to be easier to sort of move around the country, and it's kind of more enticing to do that.
yeah, definitely. That's a good
I've
thing.
said,
That's what I love about radio, is that connection that you get with other people. And radio is a great medium for musicians to, especially on local radio stations, to get their music heard.
I definitely feel like there's a connection between us.
Totally,
It
absolutely. Now, I played He
it's
Doesn't
the
Deserve
Wi-Fi, but
You a while ago.
say again.
I played He Doesn't Deserve You a little while ago on my show.
Yes, she did.
Where did the inspiration come from that track?
Um, uh, I feel so 16 for saying it, but it was a breakup. Uh,
We've all been
I
through them.
I had a breakup, and I've got this weird thing where I really love the ideas of dysfunctional relationships, like Anthony Burgess's Junk and the stuff you've seen Train Spotting.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, where the relationship shouldn't work and it's more violent, but there's still love there, like that
yeah.
sort of oxymoron,
Mm,
like cognitive dissonance is just amazing. You can
yeah.
hear it in like Placebo's Piero the Clown and stuff like that. So I basically made a whole EP based on that idea.
Mm.
Uh, and that song and my current single that I'm pushing now, History of Violence, plugged it. Um,
I'm waiting for it in
they're-
my inbox.
I'll send it after this. They're sort of they're a connected part of that EP that I wrote at university.
Yeah.
The other two songs were shit, so they're not coming out. The other two songs were really bad. We'll fix that one in post. So they're not coming out. But these two songs link together. So History of Violence sort of explains the relationship as a whole.
Yeah.
And then He Doesn't Deserve You is sort of like after the characters break up, one of them just gets like this weird Edgar Allan Poe sort of monomania thing going on where he just won't leave that person alone. He's like
Yeah.
stalking her and watching her, but she's with someone else or he's with someone else because it's 2021 and we can't, let's not gender anything. I just like how it goes to a very dark place, like darker than a place that I
Yeah.
was, but it's not art if you don't sort of exaggerate it a little bit.
Yeah. And what I love about your music is that it's slightly different. It's not kind of your mainstream kind of stuff. Your writing's different. You can see where your inspiration comes from. Is that something that you're kind of conscious of doing, being something that's a little bit different in the market?
It's funny you should say that. I got an email back from a record label yesterday saying literally the opposite. Like how
Oh,
derivative this work was of like Peter Murphy and Bauhaus. So, I mean,
oh,
it's kind of a compliment.
yeah,
Yeah, Bauhaus,
yeah,
Bauhaus are pretty good. I mean, I've listened to some of their stuff, but I think just because having like the deep theatrical voice, people think, ah, shit, Peter Murphy.
yeah.
But it's not really something that I go for. It just naturally happens. I listen
Yeah.
to a lot of Bjork and David Bowie, and I'm on a mad sort of dream pop vibe right now. It just sort of has to happen.
Yeah. I
Also,
love
I
that
don't know
though.
what I'm doing, so that helps. I've
I
got a
love that though.
master's
I
in
love
music.
that. I love that you're not the run of the mill. I love that. That makes you stand out, especially in the terms of locally, you know. And
Hmm. Oh yeah, but I don't think there's any other artists locally like me.
I like that. It's a good thing.
Thanks. Hopefully see you at some of the gigs then.
No, do you know what? I have missed gigs so much. You know, it's such a big part of my life, live music and local music. And
Mm.
it's going to be so good to get there. But I will definitely come and see you. I have a huge list of people I've got to see. I'm going to be very busy.
Yeah. Oh, my liver's gonna take it.
Yeah,
I've,
we're all going to suffer.
yeah. I've got 4 gigs, 3 gigs, 3 or 4 gigs lined up already.
Brilliant.
There's like 2 festivals that I always do, Ra Fest and Kimbo Fest, if you
Kimbo,
know them.
yeah.
Yeah, you play those every year 'cause then you're supporting dementia, you're
Yeah.
supporting homeless people, and you get to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And London's finally opened up to me. London's calling. I knew
London's
listening to the
gone.
Clash would finally get me somewhere.
No, and I'm sure, you know, it's gonna be tricky, isn't it? Because so many places are booking people they had planned for last year or the year before. As it's
I
gonna
was
be
literally about
tricky.
to talk about
It's gonna
yeah.
be tricky, but we're gonna get there, you know, and we just got to keep plugging at it. You know, how do you go about this? Might sound really weird because we all do it differently. How do you go about getting a gig? Do you ring? Do you email? Do you message? How do you do it?
Usually, I usually have to meet people in bathrooms.
That's cool. Different way. I like your style.
Yeah, it's not what you think.
Okay.
But it's still illegal. That's that is a joke. No, I just when I go out to gigs, obviously I'm usually in more goth finery than
Yeah,
I am now. I'm either in goth clothes or I'm in pajamas. That's my 2 settings really.
that's fine.
And unless I'm out for like 5 minutes. But when I'm wearing my goth clothes, you know, I stand out a little bit. People come over to go, oh shit, that shirt's really cool. I'm like, I know. You do it, yeah, you have a couple of drinks, you talk about bands, show each other your music. It just kind of
Yeah.
happens. And if that's not happening, I'm literally just spending hours trawling through sites trying to find emails of venues.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's tough, isn't it? You know, I put gigs on, you know, and I've looked after some venues, social media and messaging and all their booking, and they get so inundated with messages and stuff. It's hard for them to kind of pinpoint who they want to go for. Is there anything that you put in your messages that make them sit up and take note?
sympathy. I'm sorry, I'm another band. You've got money, I want your money. Can we sort something out? I always let them know. I'm always trying to be quite self-aware of where I am as an artist.
Yeah.
But like I'd like to think that I've got quite a bit of a name for myself. You know, people just go, that's the guy who looks like Mark Bolan. And then they get really disappointed that I don't sound like him. um for someone with like a bit of a name in the community, I don't have a lot of likes, and that is something that really hurts bands because it you don't want to plug up people's feeds, and people don't want to
Mm,
like people's bands because it plugs up their feed.
yeah.
I can see I've lost about 80 likes since I started my Facebook page, but every one of those likes helps venues find out who they want to
Yeah.
take on.
Yeah,
So
because
being an
venues do look at it, don't they? They do, that's nowadays, that's the kind of thing that they do. They go, right, I'm gonna have a look at these guys on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and that's what they get their, idea from. Oh, I'll give them a book. I'll give them a message back.
exactly, and describing myself as an alternative singer-songwriter, having some guy dressed in goth clothes playing a 12 string, that's not going to sell a lot of tickets because that's not what people are used to. People want to hear like covers of new songs or that Muse song that they covered, that everyone covers. I can't remember the name of it. It's horrible. People want to hear that, and I'm trying to play like The Cure on a 12 string. It doesn't
No.
sell a lot of tickets.
And that's one of the reasons
But then,
why I'm so passionate about original music, because there's not many platforms that you guys could perform at, and it's really important that, yes, covers are amazing and cover bands are wonderful and they're great, and nothing better on a Saturday night if you want to sing along to a covers band. It's awesome, it's great, but there is a place for original music and we need to start pushing that. And that's one of my things that I really kind of do, is kind of really push the fact that original people music need to have a platform to play on.
and it's called the internet.
Yeah.
That internet is the only way to really push music anymore. Or VR. I'm so prepared to say VR is the next step for music.
Really?
Yeah, there's this new thing called Sessions that's out, and it's a platform for artists to deliver their new music. You play, people like press their likes, and it sends you like 8p
Oh,
for the
wow.
gig, like per like. So if you get
Cool.
100 people watching pressing like, you get eight quid. It's not loads, but
But it's a
it's
start,
something,
isn't it?
and it's the whole internet. And when you've got the whole internet versus a small venue of people, like, it doesn't compete to play at, because obviously it's great playing in front of people, but all the money, and the only way to really be an artist now is through internet
Yeah,
presence.
totally. And what I love about this job that I do is that I'll speak to one band that I like, oh no, don't like social media, don't like Facebook, not sure about it, and then obviously you who are like championing it, saying it's that's the way forward. And I just love the variety on people's thinking and their thought processes about getting their music out there.
Yeah, I mean, they're right. Facebook's the devil. All social media is, and it should be banned and illegal. But it's the only tool we've got.
Yeah.
And especially in a time like now, it was perfect.
Yeah.
If this pandemic happened, in the 70s, the artist probably just would have died.
Yeah. Yeah. What would we have
They'd have to,
done?
I don't know, hold out for buskers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably more people would have took up reading. So
Yeah, definitely. And I know that we've all taken up new stuff during lockdown, and I know that you have as well.
yeah.
Coming out of lockdown, then obviously you've got enough material to do an EP. Are you going to launch one?
Right. Yes. So EPs are weird now. It used to be you just drop the EP, that's it. People will go listen to it, but that doesn't give you constant stuff.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing now is releasing a song every month, every couple of months,
Yeah.
and then at the end of it, I'll go, "Yep, that's enough. That's an EP." Just
Yeah.
like you've got that. It's more like a bundle. You can get
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
collection of bundle of songs, and then I might stick an extra one or two onto it, just
Yeah.
so you can have it.
Yeah.
And
That's cool.
but as soon as that's done, I'm thinking next one. I've already started writing for my next EP. So this EP that I'm releasing now, it's got History of Violence, He Doesn't Deserve You, Can't Sleep, and the next upcoming one, MacGuffin Baby. That's gonna be called Bon Voyeur, and then that's Bon Voyage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get the next one.
Next one. Yeah. Excellent. So obviously you said you started writing and working on the next one. How long does it take you to get a song perfected?
Depends on the song.
Mm.
Some of them are just fully formed in there. Like MacGuffin Baby, I just sat and cracked out in a few hours.
Yeah.
I always hate when I see artists say that, but it does actually
Yeah.
happen. But another one like I Can't Sleep, that took me 8 months. to
Yeah.
get it ready, and it just turns out I should have done everything I'd done in the first place. It was fully formed, but I just kept experimenting because I wasn't happy.
Do you if you're working on something and it's just not happening, do you shelve it or do you just put it to one side for a long time? Do you go back to
Oh yeah,
stuff?
yeah. I always go back to something.
Yeah.
I usually realise why I shelved it, but yeah, Can't Sleep was one of those. Like I got all the music down that I just couldn't get the lyrics, and then a couple of months later, I had some lyrics, tried them again. So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's why it didn't work.
I love it. So if people are watching or listening and want to find out more about you, where can they go?
The local bathhouse.
I knew you was going to say something like that.
Yeah, you can probably find my number on Craigslist somewhere. Just my site. So Coor Brow-Obles is going to be really hard for people to see. It's not even on the thing there. You put my actual name
No, that's
on
your
the
name
yeah, I know.
from you. You
Yeah,
need
I
to
know.
change that.
Yeah, doing it. Okay.
Yay!
That's actually me.
My magic.
Yeah, I need to get to my birth certificate now. So using Coor Brow-Obles is the best way to find me. If you Google me, it will say, "Do you mean the color brown robles?" No, that's not what you mean. It's Coor Brow-Obles. Or search at Coor Blimey on most social media. I'm so glad I got that. It's like the most British thing you could
God,
think of. I
blimey.
can't believe... Exactly. I don't know how no one took that. But thank God for that. Otherwise, I'd be price gouged for it.
And then all of your stuff's on there.
Yeah, everything you'll see. Facebook's the best way to do it. I post literally everything to Facebook, and then I only post some bits to Instagram and some bits to Twitter because I don't know how Twitter works.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, and I don't take enough pictures to warrant Instagram. I've got a TikTok with one video on it. I'm getting used to the social media. It's just Facebook's so much easier. It's the devil, but it's so much easier. Or listening to the Sam Griffin show, and you might hear me played every now and then.
Of course. Little bit of a plug there. But yeah, no, do you know what? I can't wait to get out of lockdown and actually come and meet you and watch you play. I maybe could come on your show sometime.
Yeah, absolutely love to do that. I swear we met at Poco once.
I'm sure we probably did. I played Poco a couple of times.
But there you go then. I'm pretty sure I've seen you around Poco.
Yeah. Great little venue. Absolutely love it there. I played one of my first gigs at Poco. And it's kind of really deceptive because you outside it's quite small. And then you go in and it's like opens up at the back and it's just so cool. Jodie's such an amazing landlady.
Yeah, I can't plug the venue enough. It's the only pub I would ever call my regular.
Yeah. But also it's a great platform for original music. It's one of the only, other than maybe the Booking Hall and Leo's and Gravesend, it's one of the only local original kind of venues.
Yeah, there are a few like Nag's Head in Rochester.
Yeah.
But they're just never as good. Poco's the only venue that has actual big bands as well as little bands. Like you'll see Weekend Recovery or Healthy Junkies there.
Yeah.
And then the next day you'll see like Skiv or Melisandre's Beaver or oh wait, Mel's B now. Bands like that. That's it. They've changed the name.
I know. It confuses me when I put them into the system at the station as well. It's like, oh no, they've changed their name.
Yeah, but at least it's easier to spell now.
True. Definitely. It's been fabulous talking to you.
Okay. Yep, it's been lovely talking to you. Hopefully we can do this again sometime.
Yeah, we must do it again sometime. And I look forward to seeing you play. Keep in touch. Look forward to your new track arriving in my inbox.
Sure, which one? They're coming quick and fast.
You know what one you can send it to.
Oh no, I meant which song.
Oh, your new one.
Yeah, I've got 2 new ones.
Well, send them both and then I'll schedule them in.
You want so much from me, Sam.
I know, I'm so demanding.
I know, I love it.
I've loved speaking to you, darling. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Take care.
Wonderful. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.